guys, what's going on? Today, we're going to talk all about how to get media attention using social media. All right, let's do this. Okay, so what I want you guys to know and understand is that social media marketing is something that's going to require you to show up. Whether it's you, whether it is someone on your team, it has to be an intentional part of your marketing strategy in order for you to not feel that social media is this annoyance that is aggravating and that is a waste of time, but instead for you to see and understand and realize the power of social media and how it can generate amazing leads, give you a phenomenal place to build and grow your audience, and for you to be able to scale and grow your business on your terms. If we're new to one another, I am Heather Hyman. I am the founder and owner of Social Thrive, as well as Sweet Tea Social Marketing. And what we do is we come alongside Christian business owners and entrepreneurs that have a service based or locally based business that want to thrive and grow using the power of social media so they can have more income, more influence, and be able to make more of an impact for Jesus. And so, what I want to talk to you today is about this one thing on how to get media attention with your social media. And what that is you making sure that you have on a consistent basis a part of your social media marketing where you are reaching out to those people in the media space. Okay, so let's break this down. What do I mean by that? So this means that you may have a super simple system. You may have an Excel spreadsheet, you may have a Google Drive doc, but you ultimately want to say to yourself, who are those in media that I want to get on their radar? If you want to get on their radar, guess what? They're busy. They have everybody vying for their attention and they have a lot going on. And you may have as a top priority that you want to get their media attention. So, how do you do that? Well, on social media, what I want you to do is when you sit down and you open up that Google Drive doc or that Excel document, I want you to dream and I want you to brainstorm and I want you to think big. Now, so this doesn't become like this overwhelming process, set a timer for 5 minutes. And during that 5 minutes, I want you to write down each and every media that you can think of that you want to get on the radar of. So let me give you some ideas. Maybe it would be a local newspaper. Maybe it would be an influencer in your space that has like a big huge platform. Maybe it is the local television station. Now I will say this too as a disclaimer, you may have a desire that you want to be featured on the Today Show. Well, guess what, that would be fantastic, and I bet my 10-year-old son may also want to run for president. But guess what, most of the time before you just run for president, you get started somewhere in order to build that credibility and that experience. And so, kind of like that same analogy, when we think of media, I don't want you just to think of your goal as being the Today Show, is I want you to go, what steps are there prior to that in order for me to kind of earn that right to be able to get the eyeballs and the attention of the Today Show? So think the local ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox station in the town in which you live. If you live in a super small town, you want to think in the next 50-mile radius of where you live. Then you might want to think bigger than that. You may think of a nearby television station that is in a larger city near you. And when I say near, I mean within a 1 to 4 hour radius of you. Now, what does that mean? Sure, on social media, you can go and follow those actual platforms. So the actual WISNBC Facebook page. You can go and follow Fox News. You can go and follow the state newspaper. But you have got to say to yourself, who are the decision makers that are at those locations? So, specifically, for example, a huge pro tip for you is Twitter. News producers, executive producers, all of the people doing the audio, video, people that are highly into media are on Twitter. And so you might have to do some legwork. And in that exact same Google Doc that you create, you can maybe say, okay, I've made my dream list. I set my timer. I did that, Heather. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to say, who are these people? I'm going to write down their Twitter URL. Or if you find multiple social media URLs, you're going to write those all down and gather that and keep that. Why? because we want to work smarter and not harder. So you don't want to have to go recreate this. Or if you do this task once and then you get the system set up and you want your assistant to do it in the future, you've got all that information easy and ready for you to have a system in place for you to be able to pass it off. But the mistake that most people make is they say, oh, it's Easter. I've got this great tip or this great story, or I've got this great thing that's super relevant. Oh, and Easter is on Friday, or Easter's on coming Sunday. And so I'm now thinking about it on Wednesday. No, you need to be much more proactive. So right now, sit down, think about what you want your forward next 12 months to look like, and say to yourself, when is a huge topical holiday that's relevant to me and my business and my industry? What makes sense? How could I even use my creative storytelling to weave what it is that I do? How could I weave my expertise into a topic that is either seasonal or into something that is coming up that is popular and that is trending? And so once you have identified maybe what you want to go after, I want you to think proactively ahead of time and genuinely say, this is what I do. I want to make an intentional goal to make social connections with these top people. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20. It all depends on how much time you want to invest into it, but build connections. Don't just reach out to them and pitch them completely out of the blue. Just begin engaging with their content. What do you think that they want on social? They probably want likes, comments, retweets, all those things that you want for your brand. So go and treat others the way you want to be treated and go and begin doing that. Now, one of the greatest things I can suggest to you as we wrap up this video is consistency. So don't just go to the effort to build all this and do this and send a tweet to someone once or retweet somebody one time. You're not going to most likely get media attention or get on their radar for just doing one tweet or one Instagram repost. But instead, what I want you to do is to intentionally say, these are the 10, 15, 20 media people that I want to have me get on their radar. So you are going to put into your monthly calendar a system where you are going to consistently reach out to and engage with that media on social media. It's going to look differently. Maybe you've got an article that you think could be of benefit to them, and you're just like, hey, if you're interested in information on this, I'd be more than happy to send you an article. I just read it, and I think that this could be helpful based on XYZ. Or you just retweet what they have, or they start a conversation and you engage with them in the comments on their post. I can promise you this, that if you begin doing this on a consistent and ongoing basis, one, if you use the systems that I've just talked about in this video, it's not going to be as difficult as you seem, and you're going to be able to knock this task out quickly. And secondly, you will then begin to have consistency on your side, and you will be able, with intention, to go from they don't know you to they start recognizing your name. And then you may notice when you're following your social media notifications that they may then begin engaging with you. So I want you, as a quick recap, to hear me say that if you want to get attention from the media using the power of social media, it includes you identifying who they are. Two, it includes you making an intentional effort to reach out to them and engage with them and share their content as well. And three, lastly, I want you to think ahead. So if, let's say, you want something in March that you would love media attention for, try ahead of that, weeks, months ahead of that, and genuinely begin reaching out, making those connections. And ultimately, what I have experienced in the past is you then may get an executive producer, you may get someone that is a contributor at the local newspaper, you may get someone at Entrepreneur, at Inc. magazine, who then begins to see you as an actual real person, who then begins to build a like, know, and trust factor with you. And they may then have you as a go-to person for either questions, or in the event that they do need something based on what your area of expertise is, you will then begin to see that those relationships that you form and begin using social media can quickly turn into emails popping up within your email inbox and them asking, hey, I know this is short notice. I need this spot for tomorrow. are you available? And then by all means, you want to be certain intentional to respond in a timely manner and just do small little gifts to token those people to make sure that you are doing what you can to let them know that you appreciate them. I'll share with you a quick story. I had a CBS news station that I had been on air several times, and I just for fun had gone to a farmer's market and got these amazing fresh baked sugar cookies with amazing frosting. So I bought 2 dozen. I bought 1 dozen for my family, and then I bought a dozen, and I actually drove down to the television station. I put two of the head contacts that I had rapport with on the note and just said, "Hey, enjoy these cookies with your coworkers and have a great day." It was a no strings attached. It was just me wanting to just show appreciation and let them know how much I genuinely appreciated them not only giving me an opportunity to come and be on air and share my expertise in business and social media, but also that I wanted them to know that I appreciated them as people, as well as kind of giving them something yummy and tasty that I thought was fun from a local event. So go ahead here in the comments below. Tell me, have you used social media to garner attention for you and for your business? I also want to invite you to please make sure that you click the subscribe button, click this bell, get that so you can have notifications each and every time we have a new video for you here on YouTube. And I am so glad that we've had this chance to be connected. If you want to go further, or you might want to learn more about what it might look like to work with me with a social media consult, please feel free just to head on over to my website, sweetteasocialmarketing.com. Take care, be blessed, and I look forward to seeing you in an upcoming video.